Hello, this is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful, and I just want to say that it's nice to have you here today. Today I'm going to show you what I am going to cook for Sunday dinner with some of the groceries that I got at the food bank this week. So if you are brand new, thank you for taking a chance and watching this video. And if you're one of my return viewers, one of my subscribers, thank you so much for coming back and watching us again. So today it's going to be Sunday pot roast, pot of rice for my husband, and some biscuits, and I think we're going to call it good. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so today I am going to make a pot roast with carrots, potatoes, and onions, and we're going to do that together. So everything that I'm using for this meal is a food bank item. So you will remember that I received that, I think, on Wednesday. We're going to use it today. Then I have the carrots that I'm going to use. I have some onions that I'm going to use up. We have the little red potatoes that I got on Friday, I think, maybe Wednesday, I can't remember. And then I also have some additional potatoes from the food bank that I might use as well. My goal here is to do as many carrots and potatoes as my pan will hold so that we can eat leftovers for a day or two. Now, we have gone through almost all of our macaroni, cheese, and broccoli. There is about 3 servings of the meat goulash left. Addie will eat that, or at least he'll have a choice between that and this for the next few days. I'm hungry. In fact, I'm probably going to stop what I'm doing and make myself a bagel and cream cheese. I might split it with Grandma. Grandma, do you want half a bagel?
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Sounds yummy. She does want half a bagel, which is funny because I just asked her in her room, Grandma, do you want a little nibble? Because dinner's about 3 hours out. And she said no. But she's going to eat a half a bagel with me, and that's quite all right. Do you want me to pull you out a cookie too? Because if you want a cookie, I got to pull it out of the freezer.
Okay.
She does. She wants a cookie too. So let's talk about the noise that you're going to hear. My husband will come and go as he pleases. That's the way that is, people. Grandma is right down here, and when I'm filming, she may or may not talk to us. I'm not going to stop my camera because Grandma's talking to us. Unless she uses foul sailor mouth, okay?
Oh, I won't.
She says she won't, but if she does, I may have to edit for that. Or I don't know, maybe it'll be me. I don't know. So you'll hear Grandma, and then my husband's phone, radio, whatever's on in the background, you might hear that. And then right outside the door are the 18 baby chicks, Betty, Jan, and Sissy. So we're just going to get it done. I'm going to wash my potatoes and get my carrots ready, and then I'll come back and bring you along to season everything and get it in the oven. Really, this will be a short video because there's not that much to a pot roast. A little bit of prep work and we're good to go. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, well, I do have the most beautiful biscuit recipe that I use to make from scratch. I am not doing that tonight. I have this handy dandy little can that I got about 3 weeks ago, and I just looked at the Best By date and it was February 12th, but I'm still going to use it. I think it'll be fine unless I open the can and it's a little bit questionable, in which case we will go without biscuits. I have a gorgeous biscuit recipe that I use that I first saw from Becky on Acre Homestead. And when I have my freezers and all of that, usually I make those biscuits up ahead and stick them in the freezer just like she does, and they're perfect. But we do not get to follow Becky's fabulous example for us today because A, I have these that I need to use up, and B, I'm too pooped, so it's not going to happen today. These will be fine. I think I'm going to try some of the apple butter on them too, so we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, Grandma, do I have permission to video you?
Oh, but of course.
All right. It is Sunday, the 17th, and I think it's about 1 o'clock. So I'm going to make a pot roast, and Grandma decided to sit out here,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Watch her babies from here. She's got the screen open. Betty, Jan, and Sissy are over there. They're struggling in the big coop, so they're right there for now. That shadow you see walking across the gravel is my husband exiting the premises. All right, Grandma, are you having a good day?
I bet we're having a good day.
Oh, okay. All right.
Particularly watching those little beasts. Look at them.
All right. No, I've seen them. Trust me. All right.
But they're stuffed to that dish.
They're not... oh, yes, yes.
They are. Look at them.
She's talking about them. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's their food dish over there, and they like to pile up in there and take their nap together. Grandma finds that very funny. Okay, you're going to keep me company while I cook, Grandma?
Oh, but of course.
All right, and then if you want to switch over from watching the birds to watching TV, I'll find something nice for you, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, you want to say hello and goodbye to everybody?
Hello and goodbye to everybody.
Hello and
Yes.
goodbye to everybody. All right, you guys are mostly stuck with me, though you'll probably hear Grandma in conversations as we film. Okay, I have finished some of the prep work. So let me show you what I've got going so far. I hand washed and took off any of the little eyes on these potatoes, cleaned up any little spot that looked like it needed attention, and then I also took a knife and poked each potato 2 or 3 times because I am not in the mood for a exploding potato. Ask me, have I been drinking this morning? No, that would just be wrong. Okay, these are my carrots and onions, and while Grandma doesn't eat carrots, I absolutely adore them. My husband will eat some, but he's not the fiend for them that I am. And so while all of these carrots are my food bank carrots, I might add a couple of extra carrots because I know that when it's time for leftovers and there's meat, carrots, and potatoes, I'm going to want carrots and potatoes more than I'm going to want the meat. So I believe that's what I'm going to do. Now, I forgot to mention that I'm also going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup because it helps make a glorious gravy. It mixes with the juices while it's baking, and then it's perfect. Some of you might remember when you or your parents used to make what they called, I think it was called a Pepsi Cola roast. We used to have it on Sundays all the time. It was so delicious. It was so good. So let's get these vegetables prepped. So here's my bowl. Let me bring you down. How about right there? Okay, there's my potatoes. I'm going to add my carrots and my onions. Whoops, I saw something. Oh, little onion peel. Of those 6 onions that I prepped, I lost a half an onion and another whole onion. They weren't in any condition to be put into food, but out of 6 free onions, that is still okay with me. So let's get this going. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I might use 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to go ahead and add my cream of mushroom soup to this. And then I'm going to add some seasoning. I'm going to add some salt. That's way too much salt. I'm going to add some salt and some pepper. I'm going to add some garlic powder. And a little bit of onion powder. I'm going to mix that up and see what we look like.
one that's lying in the back of one of the piles with its feet sticking up. Good heavens.
What's that, Grandma?
A chickie.
What are the chickies doing?
Well, the chickies are doing normal things, but this one is, all I can see is one leg sticking straight up in the air.
Okay.
Obviously on his back.
All right. Well, you keep an eye on them.
I am.
All right. You keep an eye on them. Your only job is to make sure they don't jump up out of the crate. Okay?
They're working towards that, and they will obviously are going to manage to do that very soon.
I know.
Maybe sooner than you anticipate.
Maybe. You keep an eye on them.
I am.
All right. This is my carrot, onion, and potatoes. I've thrown in that can of cream of mushroom soup. That's going to make glorious gravy. We're going to set that aside. And I am going to go ahead and season this roast. Now, a lot of times I will take the roast and I will sear it in my Dutch oven, but I don't have a Dutch oven, and honestly, people, I do not feel like splattering my almost clean stovetop, so I'm not going to do it. All right. Remember yesterday I said I was so tired I didn't want to bake a cake or do the bars or anything? I am still tired today, so I'm not searing this because the number one reason is I don't want to clean up the stove. Okay? Girl is lazy. All right, let's pop down here and take a good look at this roast here. So the first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of salt, some pepper. It's just the same 4 basic seasonings that I use all the time. Some garlic powder, and I pulled out the cinnamon. Let me put that far, far away from me in case I grab the wrong thing. And some onion powder. Gonna rub that in. Now I've already washed my hands, but we're just gonna rub that in. And then I'm gonna flip it. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Now I'm touching my stuff with dirty hands, so I'll wipe down all of my containers again. Salt, pepper, that was garlic, and onion powder. Okay, that's ready to go. Let me go wash my hands. I'll come back and wash my other containers off when I'm done. There we go. Okay. Now, I had to borrow this from our guy because I don't have anything like this. All I have is this, and these are small. So we're going to put our pot roast in here, just like that. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to put some carrots and potatoes all around the sides of that. And then I'm going to put the rest in here. See if we can't get some of that in there. Probably gonna have to get my fingers in there and get it where I want it. That might be, I don't know if I can get that in there. All right, we'll do that. And in here, I'm gonna stick them in here. We'll just let those roast. I want all this goodness. And grab this. I'm going to have to use my fingers in order to get these pieces where I want them. Okay. All right, hang on. All right, I am going to use that second can of cream of mushroom soup. Here it is. Here's the second one. Just going to do that, and I think I'll add a little bit more over here. So I think it'll be so good. Just like that. And that's it. That's all we're doing. That's how easy that was. Do I have a paper towel anywhere, or would that just be asking for too much? That is apparently asking for too much. Okay, I found some paper towels. Let me clean this up just a little bit. Then we'll get some foil over it. We'll pop it in the oven, and we'll come back in about 2.5 hours and see what we're looking at. There we go. All right. With any luck at all, in a couple weeks, I'll have all of my stuff from New Mexico, which includes my big Dutch oven and my small Dutch oven. Once I have those things in my possession, I will be able to make you guys sourdough bread. Really beautiful sourdough bread. All right, I'm just covering this. And you can see that that is all I have done down here. Okay, so those are going to go in the oven. Let me check the time. It is 1:45, 2:45, 3:45. So about 3:45, I'll check them and see if they need any more time. If they're done at that point, then I will make some gravy. And then I will feed Addie, Grandma, and myself this. My husband's sitting out there. The door is shut, so he can't hear what I'm saying. But I might make him some rice to eat his gravy over, because he prefers rice over potatoes. Now, he'll eat the potatoes just fine. That's not the problem. But I feel like being a little nice to him, so I might make a pot of roast. I mean, not a pot of roast. Pot of rice. All right, I will see you when this comes out of the oven. And I'll either make the gravy with you, or I'll show you the gravy finished product. We'll plate it up. We'll take a bite. And there we have it. Beautiful meal. Cook once. We'll eat at least 2 days off of this, maybe 3. So that's a win. That is a big fat win for a lazy girl. All right. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay. I checked my pot roast and my vegetables. It is 4 o'clock. And my vegetables are done, my carrots and potatoes, but my pot roast probably needs another 45 minutes. I want it a little more tender than it is, but I'm going to bring you down here and just show you the carrots and potatoes and the beginnings of what will be the gravy. So this is very hot. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just some really nice mushroom gravy there. I'll taste that. I'm not going to make the gravy now, but you can see how tender everything is. So I'm just going to put the foil over the top of that. And it can just sit out until my pot roast is finished. And then from there, I will see what else needs to be done. I do have a can of biscuits in there from about 3 weeks ago that I might just toss those in the oven and use those up. Here's that mushroom soup. Let's see what it tastes like. That's good. All that's going to need is a little dash of soy sauce, and it should be perfect. I won't even need to thicken it, I don't think. When we were talking about that pot roast made with Pepsi, I was laying on my hand. That's what that is right there. Looking at the camera going, what? Okay. It was made with Pepsi Cola, cream of mushroom soup, and onion seasoning. That's the recipe I'm trying to remember. If any of you guys ever made that, let me know. It used to be one of my favorite things. That's good. That will need very little. Okay, I'll come back when it's time to take my big pot roast out. Okay, we finished. We are done. Dinner is ready to be served. In fact, Grandma has her plate. She's happily eating in her room. Addie is eating his dinner right here, and I am going to taste everything for you, and then I am going to sit down and eat. I do want to bring the camera down for you to see these two things. So these are my carrots and potatoes with the gravy. And then over here you can see my pot roast. And then in my crock pot or in my pressure cooker, I made some white rice for Addie. So this is my plate. An embarrassment of riches. Here we go. We have a Grand's biscuit with butter, some potato with gravy, some roast beef with gravy, and some carrots. I'm not sure what I said, but I meant roast beef. Might have been something else. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to try is the carrots, because honestly, on this plate, the carrots is probably going to be my favorite thing. But let's find out. And I'll take a small bite because it's hot. So, there it is. Dripping on my plate. There we go. Okay, the carrots, as far as I'm concerned, are a 10. Let's try the potato with the gravy. Right here. That's good. I might add a tiny pinch of salt on top of that potato. Here is the Grand's biscuit with butter. Let's see what we think. I haven't had these in years. You know what? There's nothing wrong with the Grand's biscuit. It's okay. I also want to try it with a little bit of my apple butter on it. And let me see what I think about that. That is so good. It just tastes like Christmas. Okay, now the next thing is a bite of roast beef. Let me get a little bite. And Addie, did you say the rice came out okay? Yeah, he said the rice came out okay. I would rather eat potatoes. He can eat rice. Okay, here is the roast beef. Let's see what we think. Wow. That is so tender, it is fall apart in your mouth. It is really, really good. So I would rate this meal on a scale of 1 to 10. Honestly, I'd give it a 10. Everything tastes perfect. I took that mushroom gravy and I just strained it into a strainer, put it in a saucepan. I did not add soy sauce. I just added about a teaspoon of Better Than Beef bouillon, a little flour and water to thicken it up, and it was perfect. So I am going to sit down and eat with my husband, and then I'm going to take care of the baby chicks. Their cage needs to be cleaned out, and then they can go back into the room with Grandma, and then I'm going to probably put my leftovers away and ignore my kitchen until tomorrow. Let's just tell the truth, people. Tomorrow, if I cook something for you, the first thing out of my mouth will be, oh my God, my kitchen is a fright. Anyway, it was lovely having you here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll come back, and I hope I see you next time. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.